You really have to ask yourself as a man why you would keep another female close in your life once you're married. Today, we're going to talk about, should you have friends of the opposite sex? Here is your unfriendly advice from a practical pastor. Apparently, a lot of people, when they're married, have friends of the opposite sex. This is shocking to me because this feels like it shouldn't need to be a 5 or 10 minute video. It feels like it should be over now. Because the answer is very clear, but we'll get there. So about 54% of married men report having a close friend of the opposite sex. Crazy that 50% of marriages end in divorce. That means over half of married men say they have at least one close female friend outside the romantic partner. Again, this is crazy to me. I don't know if you've met men lately. They have a very low relational capacity, especially for the opposite sex. This is a shocking stat to me. I think you really have to ask yourself as a man why you would keep another female close in your life once you're married. I'm a strong believer that there are no friends of the opposite sex once you're married. Getting into some practical questions on this. Do you need to unfriend them on social media? This is case by case. If you're a guy, I'm going to speak from a guy's perspective. If you're a guy and you have a friend from high school, college, previous to your married life, and they're always out drinking and posting sketchy pictures and that kind of thing, if you find yourself like reacting to their stories and like maybe you're not friends with them, but you're definitely like opening some doors in your heart. You need to unfriend them. You run from it, flee from it. If they're just like, I have some friends that they also got married, I'm not close with them at all, but they're having kids and it's cool to see updates and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not ever DMing them. There's no messages with them. So like, there's no part of my heart that's drawn towards them. As a man or a woman, you need to answer that question. Is my heart drawn towards these people in any way? And if it is, cut it off. If any part of your body causes you to sin, the Bible says cut it off. You should definitely treat social media that way. You don't want to be drifting towards people. Should your spouse have access to your social media? 100%. Should your spouse have access to all your computers? Should your spouse have access to your phone and your passcodes? 100%. I have no idea how to get in my wife's phone or email or anything. She's in my phone, email, social media, everything all the time because she's smart and she knows passwords and stuff. She could definitely run around on me if she wanted to because I'm just very disorganized and couldn't check it. But hell would freeze over before Ashley would cheat on me. I know that very well. Took me 6 years to pursue that woman and convince her that marriage was a good thing. So I am not the least bit concerned. If you're dating or engaged to somebody that you have any concern on if they could cheat on you, that's a good check. And that's probably from the Holy Spirit. I would just break up with them. We can get so emotionally tied to people when we're dating and engaged to them. And we want to see the best in them, but we can still have that little check in our heart that this is a girl or this is a guy that I think he has the capacity to cheat on me. You need to make sure you're not just a jealous person. But I dated a gal and I just knew at some point that would be a problem with gals or guys that need a lot of attention. If they're posting pictures in bathing suits or guys with their shirt off all the time and you look in their comments, if it's a guy with his shirt off and there's like 8 different girls commenting in the social, like, girl, run. This is not a guy for you. He loves attention. And same thing goes for gals. I said it for the guy because if I said it for the gal, there'd be all kinds of angry comments. But it applies to you as well. What boundaries should you give somebody of the opposite sex if you decided to keep one in your life? Yeah, I would only have relationship with them that includes your spouse. I have a number of friends from college that there's like a group text on my phone, but it's with my wife included. But again, they're another married couple. I have a really hard time believing you could pull a lot of single friends from your past season into your next season once you're married. There's exceptions. There's absolutely great single people out there. Jesus was single. Like, it's not a one size fits all. You can cut off all single people. But generally in friendships, if people aren't progressing, it's really hard to stay friends with them because they try to pull you back. For me, it'd be like guys that want to play video games to all hours of the night, or let's go see a movie on Friday night, or it's very hard as a married guy to do the things that single guys do. So just practically, it's hard to stay friends with them. And then, so if I'm a guy and it's just a single gal, it's incredibly hard to maintain any kind of friendship with them. Because what am I going to do? What would a relationship look like? Practically, as a man and a pastor, I could have no individual relationship with a single gal outside my marriage. So I don't that one's a hard one for me. And I'm sure there's guys out there that'll explain how it could work. But the mental gymnastics required is just too much for me. I was homeschooled. Somebody of the same sex, like a guy, for me, it's possible to maintain that relationship, but they got to be striving to get married. They got to be striving to move into that next season. And as long as they're doing that, then yeah, we're still guys that are moving forward. But if you're friends with somebody that has hit the brakes and isn't trying to progress, and you're married and you're heading towards children, it's going to be really hard to maintain that friendship. Because, all right, let me tell you, all these people that are like, I can have a bunch of single friends. Once you have children, it's impossible. Like your bedtimes, nap times, you become the most unfun person to a single person. My son goes to sleep at 7 o'clock every night. I'm home by 7 o'clock. You become very unfun, impractical to hang out with single people for sure once you have kids. But once you're married, I want to spend all my time with Ashley. I want to do things with Ashley. So I'm not going to go mini golfing with Ashley and a single guy. Like, that's just weird. Is there any key practical safeguards that you have for friendship with the opposite sex? Texting a group chat with your significant other. Very rarely that it would be me, Ashley, and a single girl. Just feels weird. If it's a girl that I was friends with previous to marriage and she's married, then yes, we have a group text. I can't think of an example where I have any friends of the opposite sex that I would be texting directly. Yeah, guys, this is for the men. You need to be above reproach. And above reproach is extreme. Being able to like go on a coffee date with a gal that's not your wife, that is the furthest thing from above reproach. The Bible calls us to be above reproach. It's not us showing how strong we are and we're these pure men. Dude, you're not. You're not that strong. You will have a weak day. Maybe this month you can do that. Not next month, or next season of your life. Your wife has a kid. She's struggling. Hormones are crazy. And it's like, let me just go have a coffee date with this girl that I knew in high school. What? It's date is in the title. So the only person you can hang out with, date, have an individual relationship with as a man is your wife. And if you have more relational capacity for other women, you're doing a bad job as a husband. You need to be giving your wife more, because I guarantee if you'd asked her, she wants more of you. She wants deeper relationship with you. So if you're giving that away to other people, I would ask why. Your spouse needs more from you than you're giving, always. The girl that's, I'm just one of the guys, very dangerous. That I would be very concerned to marry that type of gal. Be really very reticent. So yeah, I don't have any safeguards for friendship with the opposite sex other than they better be married and we would be friends as couples. And that is something I've been very intentional with. Ashley is, if there's a friendship of couples, I want to invite Ashley into that friendship, and let's see if Ashley gets along with them. Let's see if Ashley clicks with them. Let's see if Ashley enjoys them. Yes, great, she does. And I've seen that happen 3 or 4 times in our life where I've been able to pull a friendship from a past season into the next season because my wife clicks with that. And there's been times in her life where we get to know some of her friends and I don't click with them and we don't continue that relationship. It can be a little aggressive on either side, but at the end of the day, we're protecting and guarding our marriage, our family, our legacy. To have to look at my son one day and say, son, I'm sorry. I had too close of a friendship with another gal and things got out of control and it wasn't meant to be physical, but it ended up there. But she was just a really good emotional support to me. Your son won't freaking get that because his mom is awesome. And if she's not awesome, dude, you're the gardener. If you hate your garden, you better work on it, not go find another gal to get close with. You have to be living for the next generations of your family and not play with fire. There's no reason to risk it. Your legacy is far too important to risk it with other relationships other than your wife, your kids, and other couples.